Okay, welcome guys. Welcome to week 5 of the NAOL reviews. Um, I'm your host Michael Chen. In this next hour, we're gonna look at 3 games. So right about 20 minutes each. Welcome. Um, this is the last round of the North American Online League, and um, the last few um, games that we have watched have not disappointed. These were very, very good games, very interesting. So, without further, let's go in. Our first game is between Peter Chang, Gongchen Chang versus Tu Xinyu. So Tu is we have seen him one last time or the time before AGA 7 Dan, a very, very strong player. Okay, Peter, I have not met before, or if I have, I do not know who he is. Let's see. Um, it's it's very likely because guys, I play a lot of North American tournaments, so if I don't know someone, um, usually it means they are not as strong as their opponent. Because if they are super strong, we would have heard. Um, I would have heard about them at some point. So, okay, Carson is white here. Let's see. Okay, guys. So, um, yeah, let's go look at it. He's playing white as well, so oftentimes now the stronger players tend to prefer white a little bit more. Um, so yeah, because of the 7.5 Komi in the AGA rules, it is also uh, equivalent to 7.5 point Komi Chinese counting style. So generally, people prefer white a little. Let's see what happens. So here, white plays a very aggressive invasion and splitting attacking move. I have seen the AI recommend something like this approach, so this shouldn't be too bad for black. Although pre-AI days, people tended to think of this splitting, not completing the Joseki over here as a bad thing for black generally. Okay, so now we have a fight on the left hand side. This fight is especially dangerous for black in this case because it looks like he's surrounding white, but all the surrounding stones are relatively weak themselves, or they're not. They don't have eyes, they don't have territory, they don't have like a gigantic wall. So whenever you guys see this kind of a situation where it seems like you've got him surrounded or almost surrounded, but this is very, very dangerous as long as you are not alive. So for black, here is a huge amount that black could be losing. And here it is especially important to keep in mind the best way to attack this kind of a shape is to make your weakest part of your surrounding stones stronger. So here black does a very good job of doing this. He's jumping out, um, making his 3 stones stronger and more into the middle. So okay, and here, yeah, see, so white is forming, has no trouble forming this kind of a counterattack situation, where if white breaks out, he is splitting up black and he could counterattack both sides. Now, if black wants to prevent white from breaking out, black needs to seal white in, which means he's going to spend a move not protecting any of his weak groups. He's going to spend a move um, you know, sealing white inside. So, um, um, and that's even more dangerous as you can imagine. If you get some cuts, um, and you guys must already see. white is also at the same time that black is surrounding white. White is also surrounding black with his corner and his side stones. Okay, so this is a very good idea by black. Um, he's basically giving up on attacking this white group and instead saying, "Look, I'm gonna allow you to live here. I'm also gonna live, make some ice space. Maybe he could get some kind of a connection um, against the, you know. So, anyways, um, still, this overall seems like a very good situation for white overall. Okay. Um, all right. And these two players are very, very strong. So let's take this game as a way, in the way of not criticizing them, but figuring out what they're doing very well, and then pointing those things out, and then hopefully we can all take away something good from the way these guys played. Okay, so this is um, a small settlement of the fighting. Black has secured his lower group, made a couple points. White has made a reasonably strong shape, and now black has one weak group, but one weak group he's gonna take care of it now, and it should be okay. So black continues to play in the middle, and you can see that this move black is trying to seal white in, and it's not going to work very well because right now white is much stronger than black. You can just tell by how connected white is, how much of the outside white can go for, and then how many more stones white has with this group 6 versus 4. So when white is stronger, it's a much better idea to defend and then to have both sides defend themselves, such as this kind of a position. Um, Jump out, both sides jumping out and taking care of themselves. When you're weaker, you want to do this, and of course, when you're stronger, you want to tangle it up. So right now, black extending this stone, making another group here, is a form of tangling it up, which is not good in this case if you're weaker, right? The definition of being stronger is that when things get tangled up, the stronger side has the advantage. So just uh, take away this one thing. Remember, when you're stronger, you want to fight and you want to mutually destroy, tangle it up, however you want to say it. When you're weaker, you want to both keep your, keep your territory, go about your own business, and don't interact all that much. Okay, so in this case, black is the one seeking a fight here, and it's gonna not be a good result. So white plays a hane move in sente. This move is a sente move, threatening to cut and then also protecting the cut for white. So white remains in one group. Okay, white hanes and black is able to also connect his group, which is a good thing. Here, as black, if I was playing black, I would be very afraid of something like this, where I would be cut into two pieces. Okay. Oh, this Atari, interesting. So instead of making an Atari like this or making a PP move like this, white is emphasizing the outside. Okay. Let's just say I don't agree with this, mostly because I think there's some more agi for white here with the cut. At the very least, this PP move is a very great and happy sente to have. Okay, so let's see this Atari white. Yep, expect white to connect on the outside and have a wraparound shape. So many exchanges were made here, and the result was white got a little bit more of the outside, black got a little bit more connected, and seems slightly good for white just because the outside is very strong, very the influence is very important, especially if you are pretty strong. Influence translates directly into potential territory. So here black captures this one stone. This is because black is feeling the counterattack happen and he's afraid. Okay. However, this you can see in the last 20 moves, black has surrounded very little territory and has basically surrounded a little bit here, but then hasn't gained anything else. The outside was white's. So overall, in the last 20 moves or so, this fighting is a very advantageous one for white because white has played so many stones on the outside. In exchange, black has only gotten a little bit of territory there. Okay. This peep threatens to cut there, and white just responds. Okay, very normal, very reasonable. Okay, and now black continues to attack this white group. Now, because white has played so many moves on the top, there's white has gained a lot of value on the top side. Black is feeling the pinch in terms of territory, in terms of his standing in the game. When we are under attack like this, the best choice almost always is to have some kind of a counter attack. And here there's three targets: the top, the left-hand side, and the middle. The top is basically alive. There's an eye. The bottom, there's some eye space in the corner, and the three stones is relatively weak. So let's see. Yeah, so in the game, white attacks the weakest part of the surrounding black stones. Note how, remember, we wanted to, when we're on the attack, we want to make the weakest part of your surrounding stones stronger. When you're defending, it is the same or the opposite depending on your perspective. When you're defending, you want to push and interact with the weakest part of your opponent's surrounding stones. So both strategies, whether you're on the attack or on the defense, is going to lead you to play in the same general area, and that area is the weakest part of the surrounding attacking stones. Make sense? Okay. So in the game, black is forced to defend his three stones, and in the process, white also defends the white group. So this is why we want to push towards your opponent's weakest spot, because it forces your opponent to defend, and then you have the time to defend your own group. Okay, this fighting has become more complex. White has made another group, cutting black into two. Okay, this move is taking away white's eye space and making some territory for black in the corner. And here is a very aggressive move by white. He did not go for the defense. He did not go for trying to live on the side and attack the middle. He went for a straight up attack against the main black group, giving up the ability to live on the right hand side. So expect black to split white down the middle. Oh no, he didn't do it. Perhaps black was afraid of getting into the liberty fight against the smaller white group. It seems like black can probably win this fight with a bigger group, and if he just jumps, for example, there's more cuts on the outside, so black is going to be able to get the first move on the inside. Let's just play out a few moves to see who's going to win this liberty fight. This one, white is going to lose by 1 liberty, and um, it does feel like black could have done something better than what we showed. So, um, okay, I'm sure he's going to regret this decision for the rest of the game. I could have gambled to capture this group. I wasn't totally sure, but it felt really good. Instead, black backed off and then allowed white to live. And as a result, he's gonna white lived, and now white has two groups. The bottom group is relatively safe. The top group um, is stronger than it looks because there's a hane. Because there's another cut, white can always make an eye over here or make an eye this way. And here you can see semblances of the two eyes. So white is stronger than it seems, and there's for the bottom group, there's some sentes involved with white playing something like this, something like a jump is also very sente-esque with follow-up sentes. So um, yeah, the advantage is to white. Black did not go for the capture. Okay, so more fighting happened here, and at the same time that white is defending here, white is eyeing the cut against black's big group. And so this is something that we want to learn from and take away from this game. When you're defending, go try to interact with the weakest part of your opponent's surrounding stones. Um, that's where you'll find the best chance for living yourself and best chance for counterattacking against your opponent, the attacker. Okay, so here you see white hasn't played one defensive move for the group yet. All that white did was counterattack against the black, and he has forced black to connect here. However, white was not able to do major damage to black, so maybe it would have been better for white to play something less aggressive, something involving a cut, perhaps, where white is living on the top. Um, we're not sure. Anyways, so now white is really on the defensive. There is a cut here, but black also can cut in the middle here, so it's a very complicated position. However, if white goes full defensive mode, just surviving with the majority of the topside group, white has a territory advantage, and so yeah, it's still favored to white. And in the game, black defends this cut. I'm sure he needs to play something more aggressive than that. So if black plays this way, takes care of the top, white should not have enough liberties to fight against the black group. Um, although white does have many liberties, this is likely to be a Seki. So this is a Seki, which again favors white. Um, So the only other thing black can do is when this happens, make the Atari and then connect the inside, and now it's a fight between the corner and the side. Um, anyways, so in the game, black defended and white succeeded. Once white got black to defend, white was able to cut and live with lots and lots of territory on top. White lived by capturing these two black stones and in Sente. So this is a major, major success for white. And just think, if white takes away black's corner, black still needs to connect in the middle, and now we can really see how bad black's position in the game is. No territory, white has a big corner, another big corner, and white has the next move. So during the crucial fighting stages, White was able to counterattack and force Black to defend. He forced the attacker to defend, and as a result, not only did he live himself, he also made territory on his way to living. Okay, and he got Sente, just uh, worse and worse news for the opponent. Here, Black connects these stones, and White makes even more territory or potential territory on the bottom. Okay. Um, I'm sure we would have all just accepted the normal, easy result here. If you count territory, this is like 10, 10, maybe another 10. With just 30 points, there's no way Black can win the game. There's 20 on the top alone, there's 10 right here, and then there's all the excess on the bottom, and there's extra Komi and everything. Okay, so in the game, White went for more, splitting the left-hand side group at the corner. And again, yeah, this is a very strong attack again. This game, this is a great Tsuji. I believe this is something called the mouse steals oil, and mouse stealing oil, some kind of a yeah, and that's the way this peep takes out. No way Black can capture this peep, and so Black only has one eye so far, and he's not gonna find a second eye. Ooh. Okay, Black got a ko here, but White can capture here or here, so this ko doesn't damage White at all, and White's ko threat was connecting in the middle. Even though Black defended his weak weak attacking group, at the end of the game, this group still perished, and also the left-hand side group perished. And so a major disaster for Black. And the corner also died. So well, this was one of the most lopsided games we have seen at the top of the amateur rankings. So Black has lost this group, um, and also this group. Um, yeah, Black has more dead stones than alive stones. Okay, so remember when White was under attack in this game, White didn't totally defend, didn't purely defend. Instead, White struck out at the weakest positions for his opponent, and by striking out, not only striking out against his the attacker's weaknesses, not only did White live himself, but he also secured more um, captures along the way, and at the end he was winning by 230 points. Okay, and note how very often you can do more damage to your opponent while you're defending your group than if you're attacking your group. This is not an accident. This is because when you're defending your group, um, you have the ability to strike out against your opponent's weaknesses, and you can also pick where to try to break out from. And so as a result, when you're on the defensive, we very often see um, defensive situations turn into gigantic, big games. All right, so that was our first game. Let's go watch our second. So this game is between two 1Qs. Jerry UCSD. UCSD must be that California college. Um, right? San Diego, California University. Okay. Um, all right. By the way, guys, one of our North America's strongest pros, the one of the youngest, Kevin Young, is from that area, the um, Southern California area or Bay Area, California area. Anyways, um, he's from there. I hope these Californian people players can get to meet Kevin one day, which I hope to meet as well. Okay, so this game between the two 1Qs at this level, as we have mentioned before, this is right about when we can start forming this is right about the level where the Go players start gaining their superpowers. And the superpower for Go players is, of course, the power of remembering every game that a game has been played. This is the superpower of Go players. We can remember our games. Now, it's not like we are in some sort of a memory competition. That's not how Go players remember their games. Go players remember their games because they have plans, they have a way that they evaluate the position, they have judgments, they have all kinds of opinions about the game, and so if a situation comes up, it's not difficult for the Go player to recall what kind of decision he made during this decision tree or the game process. So faced with very similar stimuli, the Go player is able to reform, at least recall what decisions he has made. And of course, this has nothing to do with your actual memory. This has everything to do with what your your worldview, your Go view, and everything. And so, right about 1Q to 1 Dan, this is where we're forming lots and lots of opinions, and as a result, the players can improve dramatically at around this area. Let's see. The last game, we mostly took a look at how some good moves and good things were done. This game, we can be a little more critical and point out where some of these um, where these players can get, you know, do some things better. So here, the shape move is here. And the next is we're making this peep and capturing. If you play the second line, it puts much less pressure against black, and then when black defends a corner, there's this position is basically settled. The thing with black defending the corner with here is that you can play this very nice attachment where black can either give up the outside stone or he has to block and then give up a fair amount of territory and ice space. And here, because white is able to keep black without two ice and expand ice spaces for himself, um, this fight is gonna be advantageous for white, and white is the one looking to gain in this situation, and so that's why that peep is a very important area. So, for example, after you peeped, we might do the attachment instead of making this jump. Okay, no problem. Okay, black plays here. This is a good move. Good move. It is protecting the one stone. It is encroaching on white on the bottom. Here it is note, even though this is a big and strong move, right about 1Q to 1 Dan, this is where Sente, or having the next move, or having the next move becomes really important. And so here, if you can play something in Sente, almost always you prefer to do it in Sente. So for example, on the bottom, black can make some pressing moves, threatening to cut white, because black is unable to cut directly. This is bad for black. So However, black can play a pressing move, and this way it greatly limits white's development potential and makes this press, less important for white. Still just as important for black, but it makes this press smaller because you're settling this right hand side first, and then maybe you'll decide that this entire lower left area is um, not that important, and so you go invade on the right side or play on the top. Or move out in the middle like this. All of these are worthy things to do. Okay, so it's very important to try to keep Sente or try to gain Sente and fight for the Sente. So now white has Sente. White plays here a defensive move, but a very good one. After connecting the top and the left hand side, um, white has made two weak positions into one very good position, and um, all the tarot, um, all the spots, all the locations around this top left area is now white's influence. White has sway over this location. Later on, white can also play more encroaching moves against the corner. Okay, very good move, very good move. So black tenukis may protect the corner. Another also a very good move. So white plays here. Okay, right now the game is still very balanced. Since white has just gotten a lot stronger, extending all the way out to black doesn't seem very risky, which is okay. Okay, so black shoulder hits. White plays a splitting move. Very good. Whenever your opponent is reducing you guys, it's almost always preferable to split your opponent and have some kind of a splitting attack going on. And that's because you're destroying any potential territory for your opponent. And next, you have the potential to attack either his reducing stones or the surrounding stones. Okay, um, and if you are indeed very strong, if you have thickness, remember we did mention this many times, don't surround territory with your thickness. Instead, look to mutually destroy each other's shapes, mutually destroy each other's territory, and um, yeah, when you're stronger, you want to tango it up. Okay, so in the game, white got the tangling that he wanted. Black played the Satari, which allowed white to play this card. Right now, if black didn't want to fight here, probably yeah, this would be a normal course of play. Um, okay, so black did Atari. Okay, and now we have a tango. Um, right now, this position, because white has this capture in Sente, white is really strong on the right hand side. It's almost no way that black can save this one. And if black does, white will just Atari and connect on the top. There's no white is in a very unattackable position. Okay. So black plays here again because there's an Atari capture like this. It's very difficult for black to have his two eyes on the top. Um, okay. However, black may be still in attacking offensive mode, which clearly white is also in offensive mode, attack mode, peeping away black's eyes right here. Yeah. Normally we would just take more value here before committing to the attack. You guys can see the best move is to play this one, a normal move, extension move. This is a good example of how to attack in an effective way. White is making the weakest position in the surrounding stones stronger. and that's the best form of attack because if you surround some territory with your weakness, making it stronger, it is very, very valuable. And once you're playing valuable moves, it really puts the pressure on your opponent to, also be as valuable in his moves. Okay. So in the game, white goes directly for the attack, and the theme of today, remember, is you want to interact and counterattack against the weakest part of your opponent's surrounding, and this PEEP, this commitment to the attack, um, does um, does allow black to do that. This is a chance for black to, give up all the ice spaces on the top and just concentrate on counterattacking against the white stones over here. And here you can see, um, next if black is moving out like this, and imagine something like this where black is now splitting white up, and um, who's attacking who here. White may find himself in a lot of trouble at this juncture. So right now, it is especially important for black to counterattack against white's weak positions, and it is especially important for white to make this weak position stronger. And so this is where the most important fighting, or the focus of the fighting, should be. Okay, in the game, black is pushing out, also relatively reasonable. Pushing out is Sente, so it's okay. Note here, this cut is a very desirable cut because when it forces white to defend 3 stones, and when white does, you have another Sente, which means you are able to make 2 moves on the outside and force white to play 2 moves, right next to his group, uh, just just capturing 1 stone. So these 2 black stones for sure is going to be more useful than the 2 white stones. And moreover, you leave yourself, you leave white with a cut group, and this is a weak group, so white has to worry about the outside 2 stones. So you're gaining in Sente with this cut. Okay, so make sure you, um, go for those cuts. And so here it is now black is, the way to counterattack is clear, and it starts with taking away white's ice space on the top. Um, okay, let's see if black did it. Black did not. Black went a little too defensive. See, as you can see, whenever you are playing purely for one thing, defense, offense, or anything like this, your moves will become invariably not very efficient if you're concentrating on just one thing. Um, Go is really a lot about how you can multitask. Because you only get 1 move at a time, um, multitasking or making your 1 move do multiple things is very, very important. Okay, white plays this first line endgame move. This move is a small knight's move on the first line, usually played on in the endgame, which means it is probably not good right now. And secondly, if white plays here, um, because you're on the first line, you'll note that there's a saying in Go, second line moves are very inefficient. Refrain from playing on the second line. It just means that the second line moves surround very little territory generally, and so you are very inefficient. If you're on the first line, you're surrounding no territory, which means it's very unlikely to be very good. Right now, in this case, um, black is threatened in the corner by a move here, but um, again, black may want to right now go for the counterattack. here, something like this, because all these moves um, around the corner tends to be black Sente moves. And if black is able to go for something like this, where you're counter-attacking, it is very, very scary for white. Um, yeah, right now white is wrapping around this corner for black, but there's many, many liberties in the corner. Um, this move is far away from the most important spot in the game, which is trying to make your connected white group much, much stronger. Okay, so in the game, black responds, and here you have to make this cut. If white captures here, for sure black is going to go for the outside counter attack. Or if you want to defend your corner, that's also fine. In either case, white has not gained anything yet, even if black responds. But it's very important for black to make this cut because think about what happened in the game. Even though black is relatively safe in the corner now, remember what the most important thing was. It was for white to strengthen this group, and having captured this A15 stone with an eye here, white has accomplished this, and white is now the one with a very strong group here. With strength, it means black is weaker as well on all the surrounding areas, and yeah, and so this is a major success for white. Um, and yeah, just it doesn't. The bad news doesn't end when white plays here. Black still needs to live in the corner like this, giving white the ability to capture this stone as well. And now you can see white is making lots and lots of territory now, even though it seemed like black has a very comfortable corner, but white just blocks and he's able to also squeeze into here. Um, um, it would have been much, much better for black to capture this Atari here, cut the Atari, Atari with a cut. Okay, all right. So major gains were scored by white in this fight. Okay, and here black is trying to attempting to threaten this white group, but as we mentioned before, white is very exceedingly strong in this area with the top and with the ability to capture the one stone. In the game, white played it safe here. Whenever you guys want to single-mindedly defend, right? This is another example. Try to at least play some Sente moves on the elsewhere that threatens, because generally, like this white move here, this one is not Sente move. Black doesn't care if you surround another 5 points. But when black is attacking your group, this move, threatening to surround your 7 points, is also making your group defended. And this way it becomes Sente, because for black to continue attacking you, he has to prevent you from connecting underneath. And so as a result, you can score some big gains. Many moves that are not Sente become Sente when you're under attack, just the same way as many moves become Sente when you're attacking your group. When you're under attack, the same thing happens. Okay. All right. So white played on the bottom. This is a very big move. Not only moves like this, not only do they surround a lot of territory, they also make these 3 stones very safe, the corner stones very, very safe. Okay, so for example, capturing these 3 white stones is much smaller than white's corner connection, because black was already pretty secure on the left hand side. Capturing 3 stones is just capturing 3 stones, and white is about as secure as white was on the bottom side anyways. So, okay. Um, okay, some exchanges were made. So white is doing much, much better now in this game. Um, makes another peep. Okay, yes, this is another big move. Um, However, if white is able to just capture this one stone, um, this is a lot of territory and thickness, and so it's very attractive. White's bottom corner is a corner with two sides, and um, it's unlikely that black will have enough territory overall. Okay, so these moves are played. White again starts attacking the middle. Um, Black runs. Okay, it's hard for us to form a plan for black to come back in the game um, because black has lost some in the initial fighting, and then on the right hand side it's just a few reduction peeps, and on the bottom it's the same. Black has captured 3 stones, but white has made the bigger territory move of the bottom. So it's hard for us to form a way for black to come back in the game. All of white's positions are settled. And okay, this move would have been sente for black, but I can understand if it feels really bad to play in the 1-1 point to live. Um, However, this is just more losses for black. White having gotten this in sente. This move, for sure, black um, shouldn't answer anymore because right now this is a ko, but when white wants to capture black, it's still a ko. So it's an advantageous ko for black to fight. For sure, black should um, try to play somewhere bigger. Although this game is wrapping up, the territories are very much aligned or secured, or the borders are being sealed. Um, there's a ko here, but okay. This white large group is not alive, but he's fighting this ko to live. Um, so it's not going to be a major problem for white. When you're fighting ko threats, make sure to, like this one, make sure to play on the outside where you're not losing the territory. You don't want to fight these losing ko threats. Same for white here. Um, Forcing black to make a panuki is, uh, it's just loses some points. Here, I don't think there's a way for black to live on the corner now. So, yeah, this is so the code becomes a false threat, and there's no way to come back in this game. This game, white did better during the fighting. Um, on the top here, just remember, guys, create and interact with weaknesses for your opponent. This cut is a great example. This block is also a cut, so that's another great example. When white played here, this cut is another example. Make sure that you are both your moves are both have some kind of a defensive and offensive purpose. Whenever you find yourself single-mindedly defending or single-mindedly attacking, try to reduce that single-mindedness. So if you're attacking, try to find a move that's less attacking or less severe, and but a move that also does something on your defensive end. So yeah, try to add purposes to your moves. Okay, another that was a pretty high quality game. Um, both players played very well for being a 1Q player, and they were very aware of their own weaknesses. And when groups needed defending, they almost always defended. Cool. So here we have the Kraken, a 3Q versus the 1Q. So white has a ratings advantage, but black has a cool name advantage, the Kraken. All right. So here is a well-known Joseki. One Joseki is to press, one Joseki is to jump. You can also jump two spaces. Very interesting. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So in the game, black solidly captures. Wait, Tanuki is like normal. So here, um, um, if you think that black is pretty strong on the lower left corner, it behooves you to not go towards the strong part of black's position, but rather go towards the weaker part, which in this case is a corner. Um,
Yeah, I know that's the new Joseki to attach on C16 or come towards the corner, but I'm always scared of that influence that black builds.
yes, yes.
So
Um,
I go the old way. It's easier for me to like do
mm,
that after.
yeah. This move would never be a bad move anyway. In this case, I would recommend go the old sliding Joseki, where you're pretty much more settled. When your opponent is has a strong position near, just try to be more solid than usual, which is all good. But this is not a bad move by itself. Okay, so black yeah, approaches this corner, very normal. Okay, and so here another a very similar position is happening for black. Here, um, the normal Joseki move is to extend on the fourth line, um, and you guys are also aware of the a Joseki where you extend on the third line. So generally, the fourth line is preferred. However, in this case, if white has a pretty solid corner, it behooves black to be a little more solid as well. Okay, in the game, okay, black did play the good move. So third line pretty solid. Okay, invasion is good. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so this is settled, and now white has a pretty strong position on the lower right, on the top right. The bottom is okay. The left-hand side is white's relatively weakest position. During the middle game, we definitely want to always surround territory with our weakest group generally. We usually don't want to surround the biggest territory, the biggest moyo. We want to surround territory with our weakest stones. That way, you're both getting the territory and you're getting the thickness, the strength, the value that comes with having more strength and safety. So the go-to is to go for your you know you know okay, so in the game we invaded on the top, which again the same attachment would be okay. And the key to note in this case is that um, even though black seems like it's pretty strong, black doesn't have the eye space and the territory. So later on, when um, say black expands on the top like this, when you invade here as white, um, you can counterattack against the corner black, and that could save a lot of that could be a strong way to play because you are already taking the corner and you have a very solid shape. White doesn't have to worry anymore about the left hand side group. So, anyways, okay, in the game we invaded the top, and here one very attractive move is to um, defend the corner like this, having a worry-free corner for black and a very strong location. With this, black can start to launch attacks against the top or the left-hand side. In the game, black played a very normal move, pincering. This one, again, the focal point to me was the top left corner. White wants a piece of the corner, and black wants to have the whole corner. Okay, so let's see what white did now. Okay,
Yeah, I
this
did
peep is
everything
sent
wrong
A.
here.
That's okay.
Just couldn't let go.
The peep is okay, and if you're looking to counter attack against the Blackstone, uh, okay, yeah, that's a reasonable line of thinking. However, right now you're gonna have two weak groups on the top. Black just has one. When you do want to invade here, just realize one Joseki move for white is um, this press. It makes white significantly stronger on the lower right side. And next, it has a sente here, which forces black back. And so with that one move, white basically has this shape or this shape. And you can see that in this corner now, it's very, very even. Uh, it's even, you have the same number of stones, so it makes sense. It's even. Um, but anyway, so this move is very big because the next move, Hane, is Sente. So if you are making this exchange, you lose this move. The Hane becomes not Sente, so you make the Q14 stone a little bit less big, which is a small loss for white. So I recommend you just invade here. Don't make the other exchange. You can make that at any time, and later you can play. We can play this move, and then having a uh, P15 as a sente move can help. Can make that stone. Help that invading stone. So okay. Um, all right. So in the game, we fought a very very um, forcing. We really forced this fight upon black. Um, However, it's not easy for black to mess up here. He's gonna play something that moves his one stone out, and incidentally, this one stone is the relatively weakest part of the surrounding positions for black. So sort of we're forcing black to play the good moves right now. Can we survive here? Good, good. We are almost surviving here. Um, it's if black plays here, maybe he can capture us. But the way black played is not a problem. Um, this topside territory was not very important anyway because black's corner was alive and there's no, follow up problems for the for deleting the territory. Here, there's a good move for white, which is here. Atari and the um, cut press. Again, the key shape with that press is showing up. And this way, black is down by one liberty and it's game over. So black has to back off and white can survive this way. Um,
I
it's a
did
very,
get that at the end, but I didn't see it right away. It took me a
yeah,
while
yeah.
to.
It's yeah, it's not easy to see, and because from what we did play with the Hane, it's clear that we're looking to live in any way. We're looking to just survive here, and that was a way to survive. To be extra tricky, you may want to push first, and now black is in some trouble. But if you push first, black is able to get these moves in Sente on the outside, which never mind. Okay, we Haned black through in here for black. Black should be allowing white to make the mistakes. Um, make these exchange moves that are beneficial for black, and um, black should answer like this. Whenever your opponent is not actually making the ice space, do that. AI wants you to capture as black because of the white is able to live in the way that we talked about. Okay, this move is preventing white from connecting. Um, whenever you guys find yourself purely attacking, um, this move is an example. You're just splitting. Try to play something that does a little bit of a little bit more than this. So, for example, if you block, and if white wants to connect, white is still unable to connect this way, and the block. So the block not only also cuts, but also surrounds the corner territory. So um, our recommendations are very alive, very true, and very applicable. So now white is running the other weak um, group, which was just made even weaker because of our um, um, moves on the top side. So white is in big trouble right now in this game.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
panicking here. And then I started asking for everything because I felt like I was super behind.
Super behind. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And that's exactly how we have to play. So in that sense, this Sansan invasion at C17 is a perfect move in this position. So very good job for white here, coming up with a good move. Um, white has two ways of getting home. So white extends here. Um, okay, very well. So right now, white has already gained the corner, which is almost as big as black capturing the four stones. So this is white being successful here. Um, Note why is the corner as big as the four stones? That's because black is a very strong over here on the top hand side, and right now both players probably thinks that the group is dead. So with the group dead, black is overwhelmingly strong on the top, which makes stones near the thickness not as valuable. Okay, so in the game, black plays here trying to capture the four stones. Okay, um, white tries to live very reasonable. However, remember what we talked about with the other games. When we're trying to break out and run away and defend, we want to try to run away towards the weakest part of the opponent, um, which right now is not the right side; it is the left side. Um, and so here we can have we may be able to cut black outright, and this sort of thing is what we want to do when we're defending. We want to counterattack, or maybe play. Anyways, we want to move towards the weaknesses, not where black is very strong. Okay, yeah, these are two very good exchanges by black, strengthening the weaknesses. Okay, okay, and okay, so we have reached a very similar position as we had before. Okay, this is a struggle to the life and death struggle here. Um, okay, okay. Here, black is able to play this one, force white to connect and make a living shape. So, good job by black finding this alive shape. In the game, this okay. I'm sure black is going to be able to make this alive. Now, um, when it's equivalent, try to capture a bit bigger. I know this is a potential eye here, but uh, black should be confident enough with this. So now I see. So this fight is gonna be black ahead by one liberty. So black could capture on the outside. Black could also live here. Okay. Oh, black playing here. White has an opportunity now. This Sente is unnecessary. Um, Maybe this living would make sense. This would make white be able to play this reverse tiger mouse and throw in here to save this group. Um, White may not want to do it right away, but it's something that white has. Okay. In the game, white counterattacked against the five stones on the outside, and here we can see the taking away one of our own liberties as black proved to be a bit worse. If anything here, white would just have basically no liberties like this. And okay, okay, okay. But white is doing the right thing here. White is breaking out and interacting, pressuring the weakest part of black's surround. Um, okay, that's also a good move. And we find that black has played a defensive move here. Um, black would like to capture this way, um, although the problem is white has this sort of a breakout, and this is unstoppable for white. Um, white is capturing on the way out, and this is a worst case scenario for black. Um, okay, so this is a good move in this position. However, because black has done such a good job of attacking and capturing, black has forced white to give up these stones that we said was not very big at the time. And since white has played m14, white may be able to find those key moves to save the other group now. Let's see. So white did find this. Oh, this cut. Okay, so for sure, black has to capture the corner now. And does white have something now against the outside? These stones will run away. And now the only question is this group. Um, it looks like it's 2 versus 2 on liberties, but after white captures, white can't do the next capture, and so this is by not cutting here first, white has messed this one up a little bit. Well, messed this one up totally. So when white Ataris, black has to capture and then fight this code. However, black did already capture a group, so um, this should still be actually this position, because even though black captured one group, the amount of territory is not that big, and white has the right hand side, the corner, and the left hand side. So if white is able to get this position, capturing the corner, white would actually be ahead at this point. I am sure. Okay, so a little bit of reading errors, but black did connect here, and white makes the important move now. Good. So this way, black is a little bit better than before, but um, overall, it's still a big major success for white. Okay, this move is not going to be a very good one, because black has captured the top, and black's top side is very strong, very secure territory. And so if you add to your secure territory, it's not going to be all that important. Instead, for black, the most important thing is to play um, these moves to cut white's position in the middle here, and attack these 5 stones. That would be a way that black can come back from the big losses earlier. If black plays here, white is gonna defend the left-hand side, or surround on the right-hand side like this. Make sure you don't save those 4 stones now, um, um, and this way black is sort of um, um, cloaking up his own shiny thickness. When you have a very strong position, you want everyone to see it. Fancy thickness, big mansion or something. You want everyone to see it. You don't want to cover it up with a wall, with a fence or whatever. And so um, you don't want to make moves like this, and you don't want to make follow-up moves like this, where you're covering up the the strongest part of your positions. Okay, However, black does finally find the important area and starts attacking the left hand side. So now the game is again uncertain again. Let's see how white defends here. A very good one. It always starts with some kind of a sente move. Another very good one, another sente move, and here white is able to sort of run out. Okay, black makes another reading error. This is a big blunder now. Push and push. Oh, not even fighting the code to capture. So this is a major loss for black on the left hand side. And now the game is onto the territory. And remember our early game um, early game advice, which is surround territory with your weakest group. This absolutely applies in the middle game as well. So right now, the weakest group for white is probably the bottom. Weakest group for black is the bottom as well. So the focus of the game should be there. Okay, the right hand side, because white is very strong in both corners, is not going to be as urgent. Even though the right hand side looks like the wider and bigger space, the weaknesses are where the real urgency is. Okay, so both players played here. So this would be an advantage for black to having gotten these two exchanges. Remember, just like black's shiny thickness for white, white has very strong positions too. You never want to cover up your weaknesses, your strengths with your stones. Instead, you want your opponent's stones near your strengths um, because if you're strong, you want your opponent to interact with it. You don't ever want to interact with your own strengths because it just doesn't do anything for you. Okay, so in the game, black played here again. Same idea applies, and um, okay, okay. In the game, black did get the bottom area, which is very big. And this knight's move is also very big because knight's move is almost sente, and for white, this jump is also almost sente because this push is a very big move. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So now comes the end game, and again, the end game has two phases. The first phase um, where again it's sort of like late in the middle game, and then everything we spoke about applies. The surrounding territory, making endgame with your weakest spot, or making endgame where your opponent has the weakest spot. Same thing applies as before. Go where the weaknesses, and then later on in the end game, when everything is basically settled, it becomes a game of purely about counting the points. And so right now we're still at the stage where there's semblances of the middle game here. Okay, okay. Well played end game for black. I think white could have played yes this attachment. Um, And the idea is if black wants to capture capture, we're playing this way, and then black is able to live, but white is also able to destroy some um, black territory. And this territory does come with thickness attached. Just think about what happens later here. Black is under attack. Black is forced to make many moves that are dame moves. So here is definitely a stage of the end game where the middle game still very much applies. Okay, the way white did it in the game, black got more territory as a
Yeah, it
result.
was a huge mistake. I misread it. I thought that the b4, and we were both in Bioyomi here, so it was like reading was
Yeah,
9%.
yeah.
I thought we were going to be able to interact with the c7
Yes,
on
yes.
b4, but it was such a big mistake.
Oh, okay. It wasn't too bad because at least we got Sente out of it at the end. But okay, anyways. Um, So here, again, remember what we said absolutely applies. Play the end game where your opponent is weakest. So here, um, maybe you want to play something on the top first, maybe, and then uh, I don't know, whatever you do, you want to play near the bottom group for black. In the game White invaded, this is a great invasion. Um, um, this is the last place where black has any weaknesses, and so if we're able to do something good here, we push his Sente, it'll be very very nice. However, if we are unable to um, live here, this could be a big gain for black as well. So this invasion is very double-edged. I like it very very much. Um, All right. Another good move here is to play here, threaten to run this stone out, and then when black cuts you, you headbutt your way home. This is sort of brute forcing your way home.
That's a good one.
If black plays here, we may decide to give up on the one stone and just rely on this being Sente. Um, Um, and so here, black has a good move, which is here. Very interesting. Um, so there's some back and forth involved here. Okay, in the game we struck out. We struck out against the two black stones. However, even if we are able to capture, just like before, we're capturing these stones near the thickness, which is just points, which is 6 or 7 or 8 points. And we are still at the stage of the game where the thickness and um, weaknesses and everything really, really mattered in addition to the territory. So here for black, a very, very big move. This move is Sente, as you guys can see, against the corner cut. And for white, this move is also Sente, threatening to connect this one stone. This double Sente, um, at least a 7, 8 point double Sente move, it would be a huge move. So this was an again, the middle is also Sente for white, so the middle is also pretty big, but for sure the bottom Sente is a must grab. However, overall in this fight, black has expanded on black's territory, and white has expanded by capturing two stones. So the difference is very, very um, favorable for black. Okay, and so here, black's the last fight in the game is about how many points black can surround with his potential in the middle. And here, white plays very aggressively, which is good. White definitely cannot let black get any more territory. Um,
Yeah, I counted and I was like, no, there has to be something
I'm
there.
gonna lose. Yep,
Mm.
yep. Good, good. So yeah, so this is a way white can fight for the win here. Again, if we had played the the better moves beforehand, maybe we would have been in a better position. So here, the problem for white is both the bottom hand group is also not alive. So black playing here is gonna force white to live on the side. And after this, after black forces white to live on the side, it'll be very very easy for black to capture the middle. So let's see. Unfortunately, black did not play that move. Black went for surrounding territory, and you guys may have heard of the saying, don't surround territory with your thickness. And today we said it in another way. You don't want to cover up your shiny new thickness, shiny new, um, in Go terms, I guess it's called a tank. Your shiny new tank, you don't want to cover it up. You want your opponent to headbutt right into it. And so this movie is doing some of that, and um, black goes for total territory at this point, and then it's going to be likely a close game. Um, So here, black to keep white not alive would be to hane, and then white would try to connect in the middle. Another thing black can do is to cut the middle first and then threaten white, again same as before. Black instead connected, he's purely in endgame mode, and so here, yeah, oh, yes, the extend is alive. This shape is alive, but the game move is not alive because white can't play this. So another potentially game-ending mistake by white. But let's see. So black cuts. Okay, this will still work. Black plays here. Uh-oh, all of a sudden, white is maybe able to connect in the middle. Um, so one idea is to play here. And if black wants to do the split attack thing again, white is going to play these and then live here. So all that black can capture is these three stones, but not the territory associated. So in the game, white ataried here, and here black has another chance to split, but um, Byoyomi, so who could blame us? Okay, so black extends. White is able to finally connect the two groups. But black was already in totally endgame mode, so it's not a surprise that black plays this way. Okay. Ooh, this. Okay. I just hope that we are still able to connect. It's very unclear. This way, white is going to be cut. Oh, is white going to be cut? It's not totally easy to um, judge, but okay. Let's see what happened. So here, white played a safety move, but gives up this one stone, which is very big loss for white. Here, yeah, this cut is not going to work if black connects um, on the inside. So, okay, let's see. Did black? Oh, I see. I see. So black, if black
Yeah,
red,
allowed there.
yeah, yeah. Um, Black should at least play this way, but in the game, black, ah, ah. So black lost the middle stones, and this way, because the game was relatively close, the final game-ending mistake was made by black. Nice. White wins by 9 points in the end. Okay. Cool. This was very, very exciting, and there's lots and lots of
Many
fighting
mistakes
happened.
from both sides. We both were reading very badly. I was
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
happy.
Both reading very badly, which is the bright side to that is we can play much, much better, and playing this way gives us the potential to improve more, which is another very, 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 very good thing. Um, yes, better reading can help everyone, but other than reading, we can just keep remembering, interact with the weakest part of your opponent's groups and your own group. So when you defend your weakest group. That generally people have no problems with. When you surround territory, try to surround territory with your weakest group as well. That part generally trips people up. Generally, people go for the large territory instead of the weakness territory. So in this game, the biggest, best example is these exchanges on the right-hand side, where white surrounds and black threatens to destroy the right-hand side territory. But right now, the most biggest important thing, well, the most important thing is to surround territory with white's weak group in the corner, and for black to take away this territory against white. Just remember, go where the weaknesses are. Don't go where the big territories are. Okay, very, very exciting game. The last game was the most exciting one of all. Thank you guys for
Thank you,
playing.
Michael.
Yeah.
This was very helpful. And
Thank you, thank you.
I hope I'll see you in the next season, which starts on January 16th.
Great, great. Yeah, we will definitely keep watching and reviewing these games in the next season. Thank you, guys.
All
All
right.
right. Um, yeah. All right, guys. This was the round five of the North American Online League. Very, very exciting games. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in for the next season, and see you guys out there.